Well, as you know by now, this is Jerry Butler, and I'm still here at the Galactic Convention. And now I've had the opportunity to run into Micheal RIVERSONG, who has touted himself as a provider of history, healing, and a language that is known worldwide by all music. Now, Micheal, I've run across so many diverse people here with so many different things to offer. Exactly, would you tell the listeners and the viewers what you bring to the table?
At this conference, I was asked to provide some incidental music, which I love to do at conferences. And this one is an important conference because, being a galactic gathering, we're dealing with lines of communication that could be extending literally anywhere in the universe. And so to have some music that is suitable for the conference, that helps people deal with whatever situation they might be in at the moment, I think is fairly important, and it's something I'm very thankful and really honored to be helping to provide here.
So, exactly how did you get started in this particular field that you're in? And you say you're a provider of history. History of what sort?
Well, history is vital to people if they want to know who they are. And so I've studied history basically through the anthropology perspective for many, many years. And for a long time I didn't know why I was doing it, but when I was really little, my dad gave me a clue. He said, you have a memory like a bard. And then he explained what bards were.
And would you tell the viewers what a bard is, please?
A bard is defined as a spiritually oriented community resource person who provides history, healing, and music. It's a tradition that exists in many places throughout the world and is still going in several countries, including Ireland, Turkey, Greece, large part of Central Asia, and also in West Africa, where the tradition is known as Creole.
Okay, so with that being said, how do you intertwine this with people's feelings, or in terms of history, how does healing come into play?
The healing is something that will happen naturally with music. A lot of people do it with music unconsciously. They'll come up with a good song and everybody likes it, and they're healed to some extent from it. Like, for example, a guy's wife leaves him and he's feeling really, really depressed, and he hears a country western song about somebody else's wife leaving him, and he can say, well, gosh, I guess I'm not the only guy this has happened to. Even that simple little cognition coming from a kind of a dirty old song can do some good.
Right. So in other words, listening to a "Somebody Done Me Wrong" song when you've been done wrong can sometimes raise your spirits up.
A little bit, yeah. And of course there are increasing levels of sophistication with that, because one can get to music that literally helps raise people's consciousness into very, very high levels, even if temporarily, and so they can have the experience of knowing what it's like in the higher reaches of consciousness that humans have been in so far.
So now, can you give us any testimonials or success stories of where you have been very instrumental in helping to heal someone or raising their spirits, so to speak?
There have been quite a few, and many times, of course, many times in this field you don't know what the effect is because you just see somebody once and that's it. But I have had times where I was dealing with people with various conditions, and I'm thinking of like some people that I've known in several instances where they had problems with their knees. Their knees were blown out, sports injuries usually. And I've had so many instances where I was able to play a certain particular mode for them, which used to be done on the harp and hasn't been for about 500 years. I revised doing that mode at scale, and they would have physical effects from that. As a matter of fact, I did that for a couple people here at this conference.
Well, now, because I notice you do have the harp here, and I would like for you to play a little something if you don't mind. Could you do that? That could be something that could be so soothing to the soul and for healing, so that the listeners and viewers would get a chance to get an idea of exactly what you mean?
Sure. Since it came up, I'll do one of the things for sports injuries.
Okay.
And this is in the flamenco mode.
Okay. Go right ahead. Wow, truly amazing. And that was in the flamingo mode.
Flamenco, yes, it's a type of music that's common in Spain, and of course it's practiced throughout much of the Spanish-speaking world right now.
Now,
And it actually has a good effect on people. So I tell people if they have a sports injury or something like that, and say they can't get access to what I'm doing with the harp here, all they have to do is pick up an ordinary tape or record or MP3 of flamenco music, and it will probably help them.
what other mode or style of music do you also play? Let's say someone that's depressed.
For depression, that's really easy. That's Irish music, Appalachian music, anything that uses a particular scale that's known as mixolydian technically. And all of that is a great antidepressant. So you can hear something like this, and it usually would help.
Now, you know, I have one other problem that I run across a lot of people have that I think would be great for them. Someone that's hard to sleep.
Yeah, and that can come from a number of causes, so a lot of that's individual, and I love doing individual sessions with people, and they can tell me what's going on, and I'll do my best to find the right scale or mode for them. On a general sense, I know a lot of people have told me that they like using my album Foundation to help sleep, which is also good for mild exercise and other things. But for them, they tell me it helps them sleep. Cool, I'll go with that. And that is just your normal major scale. And you could do something like this, and this would really help someone relax and get to sleep, just this thing that I'm doing right now.
Michael, I want you to hold on right there because I'm going to do another clip on you so we can find out how to get your music. This is Jerry Butler. Just hang in there and we'll be right back.